Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Montreal Expos Relocation franchise here on MLB The Show 25. In the last episode, we did the postseason, and unfortunately for us, it didn't go very well. As you can see, we lost in the wild card to the Cleveland Guardians, 2-1. It was upsetting, it was annoying, but also, we made the playoffs in year number one. Year number one. I didn't think we'd be in the playoffs in year number one. We won 88 games, and we're only going to get better. Because remember, these guys are the roster. Obviously, we will add new players in the draft once we get those guys. Like once those guys come onto the roster, I will make them into new legendary players or legendary whatchamacallits. Regens. I couldn't think of the word there for a second. We'll move into regens like we talked about. But these are the guys on the roster. We're not adding free agents in this episode. We're not trading for anybody. So we're just going to stick with the guys that we have, and they're going to continue to develop. So let's get through this. This is probably going to be a fairly quick episode, fairly quick offseason. If you are curious about any of the awards or anything like that, go check out the last episode because that is where all that stuff is. Or at least the last couple episodes. So we have no exclusive free agents, obviously. Review the staff. Our manager, CMOS, is still available, or still here for 2 more years. We've got William Yang. We've got Alex Ritoto and Junior Moreno still under contract, and then Oliver Lopez. So let's find a new third base coach because I think they said he retired. So let's find, maybe Ernest Daniels? I could see a little Ernest Daniels action. The +2 speed might not be that bad. There's Kevin Cash. I guess we could go with him. Mark Pryor could be pretty fun. I've never seen him in these before. You know what? I kind of want to go Mark Pryor as our third base coach. So we'll offer him about $4 million over 3 years. He likes that a lot. And he can be hopefully our new third base coach. That could be pretty fun. And he has accepted. Beautiful. A big trade, though. The Royals trading Cole Reagans to the Rangers for Wyatt Langford. Wow. And I guess Marcus Semien, the Seaman. That's crazy. And another big trade. Dylan Cruz, prospect from the Nationals, top prospect for the Nationals, gets traded to the Guardians. Oh, great. For Robbie Roush, who's a prospect, but not a good one. Some interesting big deals, actually, going down. We've made it to free agency. We have tendered contracts to work with, which we will obviously do all that, because that's a lot of people. And then, obviously, we have no arbitration deals, because nobody's made it to arbitration yet. They're all renewed. Obviously, we're not, like I said, we're not signing any free agents, even though we do have the available money to go on offer literally max contracts to at least 2 or 3 different players. But we're not going to do that because that's not the theme of this series. So I'm going to go and do this because you don't want to watch me just hit the renew and accept and all that kind of stuff over and over again. So I'm going to do all this real quick, and then I'll cut back when I am finished. Okay, we got it all done. Everybody's been renewed. It was a lot of tedious work doing that, just hitting the same buttons over and over again. And we have 41 people on the 40-man roster. So who is going to get the boot? It's got to be somebody that I hope doesn't get grabbed off of waivers. But all these guys have a good possibility of getting claimed, unfortunately. Maybe Eddie Renteria doesn't get claimed. Obviously, like Bill Wagner has a chance of getting claimed, but he's our best closing pitcher. Unless Mauricio Rivera develops, there's a good possibility that he could do that. But, I mean, Bill Wagner's also having a developing time. And here, I think Rafael Escalara, he's one of our draft picks. Yeah, he must have been one of our draft picks. So we'll change him into somebody new when we get there. Probably between this episode and next episode, we'll change him into somebody new. We've got Eddie Renteria. I don't want to put Francis Rodriguez down there. I think it's either going to be him or Wagner, and I think it's going to be Renteria. So we're going to remove him from the 40-man roster. Please pass through. Please, please, please pass through. That's going to be a little annoying if he doesn't. Don't get claimed. Don't get claimed. Did he get claimed? I didn't hear anything about him getting claimed. I don't think he got claimed. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so basically this episode is just going to be... But now, unfortunately, Renteria is a possible... He's a possible Rule 5 guy, right? Is he eligible for the Rule 5? He's not eligible for the Rule 5. Big dubs. But Shohei is. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. We can't have Shohei available for the Rule 5, and then Carl Fisk is also eligible for the Rule 5. Oh, this is no bueno. So is all these guys. Oh, no. Is this where we lose our roster? Because all these guys could play Major League minutes, or Major League reps, I guess. Oh, this is unbelievable. So, Rule 5 eligible guys. None of these guys on the 40-man roster are eligible for the 40-man roster, or eligible for the Rule 5 draft. Which is kind of awesome. But there's some big names that are eligible. Like Carl Fisk. All right, I'm going to have to take some risks here. We're going to have to take some guys down that aren't eligible for the 40-man. Like Francis Rodriguez. Remove him from it. Also, probably... all these guys are big league players. Steve Strasburg, maybe? I hope these guys don't get claimed. That'd be pretty awkward if they did. But I need Carl Fisk on there because he's eligible for it. And I want Ohtani because he could very well get claimed. Kenny Wood, I don't think gets claimed. Same thing with Melanson. The AAA roster is weird because there could be... actually, there's not anybody on here. I mean, Matthew Harvey could get claimed, I guess. I think we made the right decisions. I just hope those guys don't get off of waivers. Framber Valdez signs a big deal with the Diamondbacks. A lot of big moves happen, and a big trade. Andres Munoz going from the Mariners to the Rangers. Marlins claim Francis Rodriguez off of... and Steve Strasburg. The Marlins just claimed both of my guys off of waivers. You gotta be freaking kidding me, bro. The Marlins, where are they even at? Oh my god. Alright, well, you know what I gotta do now? Not trade for them, obviously. I'm going to, off camera, after this episode's over, and when I go to do all that good stuff, I'm going to tank these overalls and remake Steven Strasburg on our team, because that shouldn't happen. So we'll have Francis Rodriguez and Steve Strasburg back on our roster by the next episode, by the start of regular season, and the Marlins won't have these guys. So that's how that's going to work. So, yeah. We'll just change some of these random people back to them. So that's how that's going to work. So we don't care that much. It's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of annoying that I have to go and do that now. Yankees get Vlad Jr. Kind of interesting. We don't have any tender contracts to worry about, so we are good to go. Good to keep on simulating. Ranger Suarez signs a deal with the Brew Crew. Eric Fetty with the Angels, or Fetty? I don't know. Orion Kerkering traded from the Phillies to the Giants for a couple of random people. And here's the draft lottery. We have the 20th pick in the draft, or at least the odds of the 20th pick in the draft. We should probably stay around that. I wouldn't think we'd move. And we will stay at 20. The White Sox jump up 1 to get the number 1 overall pick. Good for them. Seiya Suzuki traded from the Cubs to the Sox, the Red Sox. Michael King going to the Orioles. And here is the Rule 5 draft. I didn't see any of our guys go. I didn't notice anybody. Yeah, that's not our guy. That's not our guy. That's not our guy. You're not our guy. Yeah, we're good. Okay, perfect. We didn't lose anybody in the Rule 5. And technically, we didn't lose anybody in waivers either. It's just kind of annoying that I have to actually go and do that now. But as we get to February, get ready for the spring training stuff, Marcelo Meyer got traded. Man, everybody's getting traded this offseason. Man, the Guardians pick up Marcelo Meyer, which is just fantastic for us, for Shane Bieber and Hunter Gaddis. Wow. There's a lot of young guys getting moved. And just like big names getting moved. You don't usually see that many big names getting moved. Zach Gallen signs a deal with the Cardinals. All right, we are into February, and I'm going to go take this time. Dylan Cease signs a deal with the Guardians. Man, the Guardians just keep on loading up, doing it, don't they? Guardians just keep on loading up. All right, I'm going to take this last few days to figure out who's going to be on this big league roster. So the pitching rotation, do I want it to be those guys? Do I want it to be... I think Matthew Harvey has got to be a starter this year. I think that's pretty obvious. Noah Ryan probably goes down to AAA. But Harvey comes up. Now, I'm doing this all... oh, great. Now we have somebody else on the 40-man that has to come down. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be absolutely kidding me. Kennedy Jansen will move down from the 40-man. If I have to recreate him too, I guess I will. But we have to have Harvey up here. I think he deserves it. He's already a 78 overall, so he's gonna come up. He's going to get the call up for this year. So it's going to be Clemens, Martinez, Johnson, Harvey, and Kershaw as our starting rotation for this year. We got a good amount of AAA guys. We got Lincecum, we got Noah Ryan, Pettit, Cueto. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. We probably should have Fernandez up in AAA. And then these two guys go down to AA. So King Felix and CC go down to AA. Along with Bumgarner. You guys are going to go to Class A for now until we remake Strasburg and them. I know I'm doing all this and then the spring training roster is going to mess it up, but I'm just kind of trying to get a feel for what my big league team is going to look like this year. Pujols probably needs to be on the big league roster next year. But so does... I think I'm going to have Joshua Hamilton up on the big league roster next year, too. And maybe Trout. Trout's developed really well. I mean, he's going crazy. There's a lot of options. I mean, there's so many guys that deserve to be up there. So let's get to the regular season. It looks like Jansen didn't get picked up, which is nice. So I don't have to recreate him. Yeah, he's still here. Perfect. All right, so let's advance to the regular season. And now we can officially figure out what our team... Okay, so they moved him back down to the minors, which is what I was expecting. But they also moved Lincecum up for some reason. And they moved Noah Ryan back up. This is why you don't deserve to get my team figured out. So we got Clemens, Martinez, Johnson, Harvey, Kershaw. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ohtani's going to be in AA still. He's not a two-way player just yet because you have to actually put him in DH. So I think we'll do that next year, or this year. All right, so that's looking good. The bullpen, Hoffman's back up. I was going to do that anyway. Edward Diaz probably needs to be up in the big league bullpen. So we'll get him up there, but we can't because we have the 40-man roster full. God dang it, bro. This is out of control. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we move Papelbon down off the 40-man, and he has to pass waivers, hopefully. We add Diaz to the 40-man and move him up. That should work. Hopefully that works. And then we've got... Do we just move... Do we put Mauricio up? He's got to go up to the 40-man. Nobody's on the 40-man. Why is nobody on the 40-man roster? I think Eiley has to come up. I think that's pretty obvious, but Piazza will go down. We'll swap that. McGuire. King Fielder got dropped? What are we doing here? Fielder was a beast last year. Robbie Cano. I mean, Robbie Cano hit pretty well in the 50 at-bats that he had. So I wouldn't be opposed to having him on the big league club. I want Hamilton up here. I know that I do. We have way too many right fielders up here. Oh, my God. Stanton's going to have to go down to AA still. Ricky Jackson's going to have to go down to AAA still, which opens up a spot for Trout. But he's not on the 40-man roster. Who's on the 40-man roster? Why do I never have any room? Cabrera, Noah Ryan. My God, this is just out of control. I mean, I don't know who to take off the 40-man roster. I guess I can take Fisk back off the 40-man roster because I don't necessarily need him up here anymore. I just didn't want him to get grabbed. Cabrera, I want to stay on the 40-man because he has a good chance of coming up soon. I got to keep Ohtani up here. I guess Noah Ryan can go down off the 40-man since he got moved off the thing, which means we can call up Trout to the bigs, and then we can also call up Joshua Hamilton to the bigs. We got Griffey still up here. That should be, yeah, that's 40. The only other guy that I would want up on the roster right now is Mauricio Rivera, but I have to remove another guy off the roster, which might be Eddie Gagne because he's going to take a bullpen spot. So maybe we remove Eddie Gagne off the thing and we put Rivera up there because it's not like he's taking away a spot. I'll move you up to AA because you're going to turn into somebody new, so you'll play AA. All right, I think that is how I want my roster to look. It was a lot of work to get those guys in the order that I wanted them in. And we still don't know if we're going to be able to get those guys not claimed. I hope they don't get claimed. So it's going to be Clemens, Martinez, Johnson, Kershaw, and Matthew Harvey in the rotation this year. And then in the bullpen, it's going to be a combination of Bill Wagner, Rivera, and Travis Hoffman. They want Hoffman to be the save guy this year. I'd probably rather it be an actual closer. We don't have a long relief guy right now. Actually, Edward Diaz has decent stamina. We'll switch him to long relief. And then the lineup, Jeter, Biggio, Rose, McGuire. Who is this spot? Is this catcher? This has got to be catcher. So it looks like it's going to be Joey Mauer at starting catcher. Is there anybody? I mean, this is probably the best option, although I probably want King Fielder to be the starting first baseman for this go-round, at least at the start of the year. We'll see how everybody develops, but I like the way this looks. I might adjust like the order, but everybody's in the right position they should be in. Now let's see if those guys get claimed. I don't think they did. I think they made it through. They made it through the rain. Which is that was pretty worrying. Why would the Marlins come in and do that? Yeah, nobody got claimed. The Marlins just had to go in and do that. Just had to ruin my day. Because now I got to go tank their former player, remake them on my team. It's just, it's a lot of work. It's a hassle. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. So here we go. That is going to do it for this episode. I'm hoping in year number 2 we take an even bigger jump. I would assume so. I mean, look at the ratings of some of these guys. I mean, these guys started in the high 70s to low 80s, and now we've got some guys in the mid to high 80s. So I would assume that we'd take an even bigger jump. I can't wait to see some of our starting pitchers actually take a jump, because a lot of the jumps were players that are in the lineup. Like Sosa took a huge jump. Bonds, Rose, Ichiro's up there now. You don't really see a starter that's high overall until you get to Clemens. So I hope that some of our pitching this year takes a big jump, because we definitely need that. We definitely need a big jump from our pitching, because otherwise we're probably not going to go as far as I want to go. Although now Kershaw's low overall. Why did Kershaw drop so much? I thought he was like a 79. How did Kershaw drop so far to a 77? That doesn't make any sense. Now it makes me think that I should have Lincecum up there. Yeah, I'll take the risk. I'll just remake Kershaw if I have to. We'll put Lincecum up. All right, we'll do that. I don't know why he dropped to a 77. Seems a little strange. But now at least we have two guys that are the highest possible overalls they can be for right now. So that is how the roster is going to look. And hopefully, in the next episode, Kershaw doesn't get claimed, because then I'll have to remake him. But I will remake the two guys that got taken. I forget who they were. I know one was Strasburg, but I don't remember who the other one was. The Marlins got them. No, that's the Mariners. Marlins got Strasburg. Oh, it's Francis Rodriguez. Okay, so we'll have both these guys back on the team. These versions of them will be tanked, and we'll be back to normal. So they'll be back on our roster for the next episode, along with the additions of our new rookies who we drafted, which are, I don't honestly know. I know one of them was the closer, Escalara. Here he is, Rafael Escalara. But I don't remember who the other one was. Was it Ryan Walker? Round 1, pick 25, or round 1 of 2025? I think it might have been these two guys, Ryan Walker and Rafael Escalara. So we'll change those two guys into new legendary players. I should probably just release you. Who the heck are you? Get the F off my roster, big dog. And then Cosmo Feliz I'll release as well because you are garbage. Straight trash, homie. Straight trash, homie. All right, so we'll change these two guys, Escalara and Ryan Walker, into legendary regens. And then we will also add in Big Dog Strasburg and Big Dog Rodriguez back to the team, which I probably should just add those guys right now. So who's it going to be? It's going to be... Do we have any young guys that I can change? I can change the... Hold on. Can I change the age again? Yeah, I can change the age. Okay, so it doesn't matter who it is. So it's going to be... Just take two of the worst guys on the team. We'll take Dan Kennedy. Move him to AA. And we'll take this dude. That's not what I wanted to do. Put him in AA. And then those two guys will be changed to Strasburg and Rodriguez, along with Ryan Walker and Escalara. So 4 new additions. Well, 2 new additions and 2 replacements for the next episode. But in the next episode, we begin year number 2, where I hope some of our guys can continue to take a big jump, because we definitely need a big jump from them. And yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.